Have you ever thought why the majority of Indians and American citizens who are of Indian descent stand by Trump? Even when Joe Biden wants us to believe that he is a close friend of India, his acts never support that. When Trump stayed away from mocking Indian government, Biden's remarks on various issues were posed against India. Both US President Donald Trump and his Democratic rival Joe Biden, who are in their final lap of campaigning for next month's election, try hard to extend their campaigns to all ethnic groups. And interestingly, the touting of their credentials has been reached out to the Indian American community mainly. But how far Joe Biden will succeed in his attempts is still a question. Joe Biden has already faced some criticism over controversial statements on Jammu and Kashmir and the Citizenship Amendment Act. And back in 1992, Biden had sabotaged India's space program by blocking the sale of Russian cryogenic engine technology. Biden then advised Russia not to hand over cryogenic engine technology to India, saying that the sale is not a minor one and it is dangerous. In January 1991, India signed a contract worth Rs 235 crore with the Soviet Union space agency Cosmos to buy 7 cryogenic engines. India also made sure to include the technology transfer of these systems as an aid for the geostationary satellite launch vehicle project. In the backdrop of the concern that it will take almost 15 years to develop an indigenously developed cryogenic engine, India decided to opt for an imported solution. The US opposed the sale of cryogenic engine technology on the grounds that it violated the 1987 Missile Technology Control Regime. It went in vain, though the experts contended cryogenic engines meant for space rockets have little utility for ballistic missiles. The Senate Foreign Relations Committee added conditions to an aid deal that would transfer $24 billion to Russia, proposed by then US President George H.W. Bush in May 1992. But Russia was not supposed to provide cryogenic technology to India, and the committee voted to block the Russia aid deal if Moscow decided to go ahead with a cryogenic engine contract with India. Committee member Joe Biden, then the senator from Delaware that banned US aid to any former Soviet republic that transferred missile, nuclear or chemical weapons technology abroad, moved an amendment. Biden, who described the sale of cryogenic technology to India as dangerous, said, "I'm confident that the Russian leaders will recognize the wisdom of stopping the sale once they see the risk of losing their economic aid. This is no minor sale. This is dangerous." Following this, the US imposed sanctions on ISRO and Cosmos. In 1993, Russian President Boris Yeltsin made a compromise with the new US President Bill Clinton on the cryogenic engine deal with India. And finally, Russia decided to sell 7 cryogenic engines to India, but would not transfer technology for them. Meanwhile, ISRO declared to develop cryogenic engines indigenously. The initial budget for this project was Rs 280 crore, but the path to develop a cryogenic engine was hard for ISRO. In 2010, the first launch of a GSLV with a cryogenic engine met with a failure, but India survived the opposition of Joe Biden in 2014 by successfully launching the first GSLV powered by an indigenous cryogenic engine. And India would carry the then stance of Biden in her heart forever. News Desk, Kaumudy English.